channel.
Hello guys, a beautiful morning to you and welcome back to the channel. Finally, we give you detailed analysis of sports from fans' reaction to pre and post match analysis, of course, in-depth match analysis. And I have my brothers here with me, Official Ola and AY Baba. Guys, good to have you guys on set. Yes. AY, good morning.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. You can also join us on social media platform on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, of course, we bring the full package all at Final Whistle 931. Official Ola, scores for alarm. I think recently I've been granted by Chelle, the head coach of the Super Eagles. He talked about how defense has been his problem, why we consider too many goals. Do you concur to that, Official?
Yes, before I dissect into that, I think let's just hear what he has to say, because he was talking with a London-based journalist after the Unity Cup, and short and brief, but his concern, his main headache is the defense. Just let's quickly hear what he has to say.
Okay.
And if you watch our 4 games, our last 4 games, you can see that. So this is why I'm happy about that. But the reality, we need to work, because we have some weaknesses in defense, and we need to improve and work physically to do some high pressure during 60 or 70 minutes. So we keep work.
Yes, Chelle, I won't lie to you, I feel for him, because if you are looking at my hairstyle this morning, I know a lot of subscribers are looking at my hairstyle. I think this hairstyle was the last time we produced a half-decent defender. And if history serves us justice, the last hairstyle on my head is Kenneth Omeru. I'm telling you the fact. I would have extended courtesy to Joseph Yobo, but I think Kenneth Omeru did all decent in 2013 by winning us the AFCON, and we can attest to how wonderful he is. Even going to the World Cup in 2014, you understand? That was the last time we produced a half-decent defense. And coaches have come, coaches have gone. The mentality is still there. We're sleeping after we just considered a goal. Fast forward everything now to the last AFCON we went to. The defense was our undoing, because we have the best strikers, one of the best midfield in the state competition. And what happens to defense? You know, when the Italians say defense is an art, a lot of people just say you know how to defend the ball. You have to know how to balance the skill between attack and defense. Look at the winning side, PSG winning the Champions League. The attackers are marking. Everything has to complement each other. But the defenders have to be on their A game. Look at our defenders scattered. Most of them playing the championship. Most of them are on loan. Most of them are not even starters for their various club side. Not to downplay what we are having, but is there a way to improve them in whatever tactics we are doing now? I think Chelle has identified that place, because he has said it that, okay, we have Osimhen, we have Boniface, we have Tolu Arokodare, we have defense strikers, we have Lookman. Midfield, uncle. There's no matter how we do, if we don't have an attacking midfielder, we can do a makeshift of having central midfielders that can dictate and run the game. But the defense, it's our undoing. Even in this current World Cup stage that we're talking about, look at the goal we conceded against Zimbabwe. So it's a major headache for him, and I'm very happy that, in as much as we're talking about creativity in midfield, goal scoring attack, how to look for plan B for Victor Osimhen, he has also come out to identify that what of the defense, which a lot of Nigerian football fans are not saying.
Thank you so much. AY, I think this thing has lingered for so long now.
It
has been occurring.
I called it the pandemic. If you have been following our previous production, I called it the pandemic, because once they start winning, they just slip off. Some of the experts have come out to condemn me. They said it's all about mentality and all of those things. But I feel like it's good. I used to say something. When you know that you have a problem, that means you have technically solved the problem. But the inability for you to know that you have a problem, that's another problem. So I'm glad that the Secretary has actually figured this out. So far, so good for him. 3 or 4 matches in charge of Super Eagles, the team has conceded 4 goals under his watch, which is not looking good. And it has been very important goals. Okay, look at the most recent against Jamaica. We scored, they scored. 2 minutes. We scored, they scored within the snap of time. So you like, what's going on? Do you guys just lose your head? So, and this is, if you look at it, this is another set of defender partnership. Yes. So we are still trying out something till he gets from the ball. For me, I think Chelle should look inwardly. And I'm glad that he's actually looking out for some players. But I feel like the modern day football that we are seeing now is taking the bulk of the work from the defenders, in the midfield. When you have your midfielders soaking the pressure, the defenders, whether they are good or not, would have less of work to do.
Exactly.
Let us take a look at the PSG and Inter Milan side. That official last cited example. Defensively, Inter Milan looks very solid. But look at the midfield. PSG is way more better than them. And you look at how they played. So now, when you have the midfield guys doing their work well, dictating the tempo of the game,
passing, making very swift passes,
Yeah.
faster,
Yeah.
pushing the ball faster,
Yeah.
not seeing those backward and sideway passes that we used to see in the Super Eagles.
Okay.
Then the defense would have less of work to do.
Yeah.
You understand? So I feel like you should look at the way where we can have a very good midfield partnership
Okay.
We can balance
that will be
everywhere.
solid.
Yeah.
Then, in as much as the defenders are not so, because let's be said, we might not get the level of the Joseph people that we've
I'm
had.
telling you, they're not so
We might not
exceptional.
get them.
Yeah.
Even in the world now, the Chellinis, the bonuses, we are not getting
You're
them.
not
now.
getting them. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we should work on the midfield. That's where football has actually turned to now.
Hmm.
You control the game. That's how to make work easy for your defenders.
Yeah.
So when they get less of the pressure, little work that they do, they deal with
They
it.
do with it,
So but
yeah.
when you come under attack, come under attack every time.
Yeah.
There's no way the defense will not sleep.
Yeah, I think
So
I
I
agree with
think
that.
You should look in the midfield. Look at how you
Okay.
can actually get a good midfield partnership. I like for the fact that the inclusion of Christian Zosuke, which we have long always called for, is now showing.
Sure,
Now
yeah.
he has given Chukwueze another very good liberal role that we are seeing.
Yeah.
So I think in all of that, if you can get a very good defensive midfielder, you understand,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see them play together, and then you look at how you can actually. These days, we are even getting defenders join the midfield.
Joining the midfield.
So
Yeah.
you see how football has evolved.
Yeah.
So I think is a good one that he has actually been able to figure out what the problem is, and I can tell him for a fact this Russian friendly is going to be one of his toughest
Yes.
match.
Yes.
Because so far so good. The last 15 games, the Russians have not lost.
Yeah.
Their last 15 games. In the last 2 games, they scored 10 goals. 5 against Zambia, 5 against Grenada.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
They put fear for our mind though.
So you should be ready to face the test of the best of the test.
Best
As
of
far as
the
I'm
test.
concerned, not be all those Zimbabwe where would they play, where would they compete.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
we are going to be seeing a practical test of Ezekachi and the Super Eagles, and no doubt defense will put on that test.
Yeah.
So I think if you have to get good defenders, get good midfielders too.
Yeah.
Once they can stoke the pressure, once they can absorb the pressure, once they can dictate the tempo of the game,
Your workload
the
will
work will
reduce.
less for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
defenders
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you know, official.
Yeah.
I talked about having a good midfielders, and you know, it's one thing to identify your problem. It's another thing to find a solution to it. What do you think Garcia should have done different approaching this problem of defense?
In my own opinion,
Yeah.
I made mention of something that these days that we have ball carriers as defenders and
Defenders,
team or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That is where I come with the problem of personnel now. Look at what we have. And not to scapegoat anybody for example, a 33 years old Trust Ekong now.
Yeah.
Is it at 33 you teach him how to invert, how to do a John Stones
No.
type of pushing forward? You understand where I'm coming
Yeah.
from now? You understand where I'm going to now?
Yeah.
Ajayi at 32, is it the right time you teach him how to invert or how to push the ball forward now?
No.
You understand? That is why I come to personnel now. The game has evolved.
Yeah.
Nigerian football, do we want to evolve? If by 2025, we are still inviting likes of Ahmed Musa and Kelechi and Acho, for example, for a slot that would have better players.
Better
You understand where I'm coming from now?
Yeah.
Because we have seen invited right back, invited left back. We have seen Trent Arnold in a season getting 12 assists.
Yeah.
And we'll go to a competition, our right back, our left back can't even muster out 2 assists combined. And we are conceding goals. That if they can't even do their primary objective, what about doing the other secondary ones?
Yeah.
You understand? So I think personnel is also an issue for Eric Show. And it's a good thing that he has identified one player that we saw play, Benjamin Ferris, that we saw play in the last match against Jamaica in the finals. You understand? It's something that is teachable. It's teachable. We can involve with it. So in as much as we're talking about the defensive middle, which I still have a lot to say, because we're looking at an aging Wilfred Ndidi that can't cover up so much space.
Yeah.
You understand? Rafael Onyedika not being trusted enough, and Rafael Onyedika's pattern is not the type of mop up. He likes to hold on to the ball. So we still need that kind of let me use a more modern player now, the likes of Caicedo, that he doesn't care about the attacking football. He just wants to mop up around the defense side so that to give the defense assurance. But personnel is still a problem in that defense.
But
personnel is very important.
Sorry to cut you short, but talking about having that compatible midfield, I think Uche is coming back to do the needful.
Uche is an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
He can't cover as much as a defensive midfielder. If you want Uche to focus more on his attacking midfielder, attacking midfield role, creating chances, picking up spaces to collect the short passes, going on to score goals, we still have to talk. He will do his makeshift as to defend and everything.
Yeah.
But we need to have players that they know that okay,
remain there.
I need to remain here. We need to have midfielders to understand the defenders now. That, okay, if this defender is not here, it's because I need to cover up for him. You understand? And gone are the days when defenders just block water now. Defenders play the game now. We are seeing the most passes. I'll give you a start now. Most passes in the Premier League now is by a defender. Most passes in Chelsea this season was Levi Colwill, a centre back. You understand? Now gone are the days when defender just boots out the ball. We need to involve, and personnel is a key. Hopefully, Chelle the way he's identifying the likes of Christantos Uche, the likes of Felix Agu, to come into key areas. Hopefully, he's able to identify a better pairing. You understand? In our 5 and 6 to do the justice.
Thank you so much, official. Thank you so much. Yes, it's one thing to identify your opponents, another thing to find solution to it. And official, I think personnel has to play a vital role in that pattern. I think the midfielder has to be more compact, getting good midfielders that can do the mop-up, distribution, and detect the game.
Exactly.
I think I have to agree with those guys. They give me a solid analysis of that game, and I think I have to look into having a good personnel that can actually do that work. Now, I want to hear your honest opinion in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.